Okay. Hello. Hi. It's the first episode of the new year.
Finally.
Finally, what?
The first episode.
Of the new year.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
we were supposed to record last week, but one waste man decided
You
to
don't know who it was.
lock the studio hallway from the inside, so they lock themselves in so no one can come in.
Yeah. Why would you do that? If you're in a space, why would you lock yourself in? How, like, what is anyone else supposed to do? I don't understand.
Yeah, they didn't want no one else to come in, clearly.
It doesn't make sense to me personally. I was quite angry. It was late, and we just wanted to film an episode and keep it moving. Couldn't do that. So yeah, here we are. Anyways, I mean, everything happens for a reason. I don't know what the reason was, but who knows?
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe I'll find out. But we're here. Because it's the new year, you know, New Year's things. I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. I wanted us to reflect first, like before we talk about New Year's resolutions, because I don't necessarily feel like it's a good time to make New Year's resolutions. I'll talk about that. But I wanted us to reflect on last year, even though we're already a weekend, but I wanted us to reflect on last year. Because a lot happened, and I feel like I lived 3 different lives in 1 year.
What do you mean by that?
So, like, education, finished,
Mm-hmm.
started working, but, like, also this stuff, like podcast stuff, house stuff, family stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I lived, like, different stages and parts. Because, you know, we haven't filmed in, like, an episode has not, we filmed, but an episode has not been live for a year.
I know.
Like, since December 2021.
Yeah, I know.
A lot has happened, and it doesn't feel like it has that bit English. It doesn't feel like it's been that amount of time since an episode hasn't been posted, but it has.
Yeah. Boy. That's a long time.
That's a lot. That's a whole year. Like, we're out of business for a whole year. Not that we've been out of business. Like, we've been getting this space. I graduated, all that stuff. Like, things have been happening
Yeah.
in order for us to be here, and we have filmed multiple times. But it just never
Yeah.
wasn't right moment, wasn't right time, wasn't, you know, what it was supposed to be. But we're here. So if you reflect on your year, how do you feel your year was?
My year was good.
Mm.
As a whole, it was good. I achieved a goal, which was to be consistent with my brand. So, and I've done that. So, all in all, it was a good year. It was a year of like learning stuff, and like, yeah, it was a good year. Like, I took gym serious and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I took you know, like, but looking after your body more serious and stuff. So yeah, it was an alright year. Yeah.
What's one thing you learnt last year?
Just don't take things to heart, because if you take everything to heart, you don't really see the main picture of the situation. You only see a certain colour of the picture, then all the colours on the picture, if that makes sense. So you don't see everything. Whereas if you like step back and actually think, you see a situation, whether it's good or bad, a bit more.
So, like, perspective.
wouldn't say perspective. I'd just say logic.
But how can you be logical about a situation if you don't have perspective?
That's true. It's just different word I would use rather than perspective.
So do you feel like you learnt to be more logical last year?
Yeah.
That's what it taught you?
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's a good thing to learn in a year.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's logic is like different though.
Yeah, I know. That's why you just take a step back and not like take things to heart, so to speak.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you could describe last year as a whole in 3 words, what would you describe it as?
Three words.
3 words is better than 1, though.
Stressful.
1.
Stressful, adventurous.
2.
Oh, I don't know, you know. Trusting. Say blind trust. Last year I had to have blind trust. It's one word.
Okay.
It classes as one word because it's within the same thing. I had to have blind trust.
Fair enough.
Because I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I didn't know whether I was going to finish my degree or not, personally.
Fair enough.
That's one. Like, I was very didn't know whether we was going to walk the stage or not. But I did.
And you did. You were scared.
I was so nervous. You don't even understand. And then you have to dress formally. Had to wear heels. Like, I just...
I'm surprised no one dropped.
No one dropped, you know. I'm pretty sure people did, like, practice walks and stuff before. Because there's no way you're that nervous and you don't practice and you just walk that stage. Like...
You walked like you didn't have the heels on. You walked quick. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I can walk in heels. It's just, they were new heels for one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you're just nervous because you just don't know how it's going to go. But so trusted that. And then obviously I came back from uni and I told my parents that I needed a year. Like, I need a break because I have not taken a break from education since the day I started nursery. Like, I didn't take a gap year. I didn't take, like, anything. So I needed a break.
Yeah.
So I said after uni, like, once I graduate, that year from August or September until September, whatever, like, that academic year, I'm just going to do some stuff. I'm not going to try and be a corporate girly. I'm not going to try and, like, make my job my end all be all. I'm just going to take the day as it comes, you know, do this stuff.
That's this year, no?
Yeah, see people, meet people, explore other options, like explore myself, just be happy for a bit before I'm stressing myself out. Not that I haven't been stressed out, but like,
I know what you mean.
Before it's like work.
To live outside of the education bubble.
Yeah.
Because you were saying because I didn't go uni, you was like, oh, like you gotta get how the world works.
Yeah.
A lot of people was actually saying that. It's like, yeah, you know how the world works. I was like, huh? Like, I didn't really get it, and I was like, oh, like, I think, yeah, like I do now, innit? Because I think, been at my job now for 2 years, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so first year, no, was it? It wasn't even first year. It was before I even started this job. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, because I've been
when I had my old job,
yeah,
innit?
you had a job.
Yeah.
You've had a job since I left for uni. You've always had a job. You just started the job that you're in now 2 years ago, but you had a job. So you've always been, but Xan's always been working. I was working before I left for uni, but I left London, so I left my job. And I wasn't trying to get a job out there because degrees are hard, and Exeter was a bit of a. If you've seen previous episodes, you know it was an experience.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily somewhere that I would want to deal with the stress of working, and the education, and the university, and the people. So it was like one or the other, and thankfully enough, I was okay to fund myself through like I was alright. I was sufficient. I didn't necessarily need the job, so I was okay. So that's what I decided to do, and I just wanted to focus on the degree. And then obviously things like COVID and all of these stuff happened while I was at university, so that also played a part in like not working and all of those things. But it's a very different lifestyle. Not that you don't understand how the world works when you're in university, you do, but you are in a bubble. Especially when you leave London to go to uni and you're in a university town, like somewhere like Exeter. Everybody around you is doing exactly the same thing as you. No one's not in education. No one is doing things. No one is living normal life. Like, we're in a bubble. We go to classes. Like, that's our adult life. Not that we're not paying rent, because we are.
Yeah.
Not that we're not like having to learn how to budget, making groceries, eating food, but lifestyle wise, we're not thinking about what's next. We're not thinking about careers. We're not thinking about that stuff, specifically like first year and second year, because you don't have to. You're in education. You're there for 3 years. So you don't worry about it. But after that, it's like, what the heck do you do? No one says. They tell you what to do. They're like, get a job, find a career, pick your career, make that decision. That's going to be the rest of your life. But what if you don't want it to be the rest of your life?
Yeah.
No one tells you what comes next. So if you've been out of education since 18, you've had to think about what comes next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
Because you were at the end of education. So it's different.
Yeah.
So it's very different. So that's why, like, we will have conversations, and you'll be like, oh yeah, this, that, whatever. Like, you know what you're doing for the next year. And I was leaving uni, and I was like, I ain't got no fucking clue. I know I'm not ready to pick a career choice and work for somebody else and go corporate or whatever the heck it is that I decided to do. But I knew I weren't ready to make that decision. So it was like, if I'm going to take a year off, I might as well take the year off now. Figure out what I want to do. Take a break because I need it.
Yeah.
Decompress from the stress and the anxiety that was like flooding through my veins 24/7 during university, and just have blind faith that everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to work out.
Yeah.
And it did. It did. Someone was really good. Met new people. I put myself out there. Said I'm gonna go to like more events and try to see more like of the people that I care about and stuff like that, because I tend to fall off the face of the earth, specifically social media wise, and like keeping up with friends and family.
Yeah.
I just don't. I go into a bubble. Like, I've been talking about it for the last 2-3 days. My dad would be like, I called you, and I'm like, when? He used to do it all the time when I'm at uni. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I would disappear for 4 you, and you'll call me and be like, Zara, are you alive? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And in my mind, I feel like I've answered the message, and I have not answered the message. Like, I'll disappear and I'll get work done, do whatever, and I feel like I've answered you, or I'll feel like you haven't even messaged me back, because in my mind, you haven't. But it just, it's an obligation for me. Not that it's a bad obligation, but it's an obligation for me to be like, okay, cool, message this person, you haven't seen them in 5 weeks. Message that person, you haven't seen them in 2 months. Message this person, make sure that they're okay. So I have to do that.
Why do you think that's an obligation?
Because I'll go into a bubble. I know that I need like conversation and comfortability and this kind of stuff, like socialization.
Yeah.
I need it to function. Like Christmas is my favorite time of the year, not because of the holiday, but because it's when I see all my family is together.
Yeah.
That will fuel me for the entire year. However, after it, I need 2 weeks off. Like I need to not see anyone for 2 weeks because I need to decompress and like deal with all of that.
Fair enough.
So I need a healthy medium. So because I need a healthy medium, I can easily do too much of each, and then I get burnt out from doing too much of each.
Okay.
So I can do too much of like going out, socializing, being around people all the time, and then I get burnt out from it.
Yeah.
And then because I get burnt out from doing it too much, excessively, because I enjoy it, I then burn out and can't be around anyone or want to see anyone or have the capacity to sit with anyone.
I get you now, yeah.
So I need a healthy balance. So like uni first year, I was in shared comm. Second year and third year, I was by myself.
Yeah.
But my friends came to my house every Friday. Like we filmed a podcast every single Friday, and I was very happy. Like that fueled me for the whole week. But I'm good to not see you for the next 5 days after you've been in my house until 3 a.m. chatting nonsense. I have no issues with that, but it was a healthy balance. I got that healthy balance. When I'm in London, it's harder to have that healthy balance because family's in the house.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. Things need to get done. I'm around people. I'm at work. So I have to socialize. So it's not something that I can opt in to.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I've been socialing outside of my will, like work and that, I don't want to socialize. I don't want to decide to socialize.
Okay.
Because I've been having to do it, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas when I can decide to and not to, then I'm happy to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So it was a year of blind faith. What about you? You could describe it in 3 words.
Wisdom, understand, and live. Wisdom, because obviously I learned stuff that I believe that will like be with me for the rest of my life. So a good example would obviously be the perspective thing. I think like when you learn that obviously it's the norm to most, I'll say to the masses really, like obviously if something like really gets to you or a situation really gets to you or makes you think, obviously it's human nature to react to feelings. That's what makes you human. But obviously if you do that, then it will cloud your judgment. So I think once people learn that, or people that do know not to do so, I think they're more like, they're better in situations that's personal, if that makes sense, or like situations that is deemed uncomfortable for them.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So you said wisdom.
Said wisdom. Shit. And I said wisdom. I said journey, innit?
I think so. I don't know. Do you want to reel it back? We can hear it again. I don't remember.
Gonna have to.
I don't remember.
I actually don't. I think I said wisdom journey. How did you reel it back?
What's the last one?
I don't remember.
Okay. Let's listen to it. Alright, love. Continue.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was wisdom journey and live. I just remembered we didn't even hear it. I just remembered as we was about to hear it. Journey, because I don't know, like every year's a journey, but I think this year it was a very I don't know, like there was like a year where I was just working and focusing on stuff. Then there was like times where I had like a break. So even when I went up to uni, it felt like a holiday. And then when we went to like the festival and stuff, I know I went out other times. You know when you went out other times but you can't remember. But I know there was times when I didn't go out with you.
Yeah, because I wasn't here for
but
half
I
the year.
genuinely can't remember. But yeah, and then live because I learned that I gotta live more in it because I'm young.
We are very young.
Yeah,
Very much young.
yeah, that's the plan.
Do you not feel like you was living before last year?
I was, but not as much. Like I was, but it was like 2 months out of the year. And there'll be 2 months where I'll just do loads of stuff, and then for the rest of the year, I'll just be doing literally working, football, or wherever. Innit?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think I lived. I'm okay. I think I lived. I think, and sometimes you don't realize how much you lived. I think I went, one of my friends invited me to come to a party. So we went to the party. I'm standing at the party and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. As much as young as we are, and as fun as it was, I enjoyed it. I will enjoy anything because of the people that I'm with, not because of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we can go anywhere and I'll have a great time because it's your company that I'm enjoying, regardless. Yeah. Like me and Yasmin we can literally sit on a step for an hour and have fun.
Yeah.
But there's just certain environments where it's like, I'm okay. Like this, I don't need to do every week anymore. Like before I left for you, and like that's one thing that you find so funny when you are. It's not necessarily when you're from London, but when you were allowed or not allowed, but when you explored and had adventures, like 15, 16, 17, 18. When you get to uni and meet people that have just started having those adventures at 18, you see how much you actually did and was outside of the house.
Yeah.
Like I was meeting people at university that didn't know how to boil an egg, didn't know how much alcohol was too much alcohol, didn't know what kept them hungover, didn't know when to stop, didn't know what their limit was, didn't know drugs are bad, didn't know what weed caused. Like they didn't understand any of these things, not at any fault of themselves, just because they weren't exposed to it. They didn't live that life. However, I was good. Like I got to uni and was like, I'm okay to do 3 years of purely investing in my education. I did have fun. I did go out. I made friends. However, I was okay to make certain sacrifices and make certain decisions. It's not a sacrifice, but I weren't partying anyways, etc. But like it just wasn't my thing because I had already done it. I didn't feel like I needed to experience everything because I had already done it. Not that it was okay for me to do it. Like there's an episode that I have in the files that I will post at some point, but it's us talking about some party we went to and the sword came out and all this stuff. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we filmed it in the other studio.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have been there. these are the places that we should not have been. That's why when you was like, I don't feel like I was living, I was like, we were living. Life
That
was
one
being
last
lived.
year.
No, I said before last year. I said, do you feel like you
Oh.
weren't living? Because
Yeah.
you said last year, like, you're learning to live more, like, to go out and, you know, to enjoy and create moments.
Yeah.
And I said, don't you feel like you're already doing that? And he was like, yeah, I feel like I did that for like 2 months, and then I would work or play football, whatever, for the rest of it.
I get you.
I was at 16, we was living.
Yeah.
You was out every weekend. Yeah. So
Literally everyone was. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was.
it was a thing. It wasn't a bad thing. Like, when we was that age, it seemed like it was a bad thing, but now
Nah, it seemed good.
no,
It seemed
I would
like a good
I would
thing.
watch your stories and be like, this boy is on the street. Like, he's on the street. So you would always be on road for nothing. You weren't as bad as like some people, but you were on the road.
It was always something to do. No, I swear down, I don't know what it was. You need to ask my friends.
There was not always something to do.
I don't know why.
There was not always something to do.
It was even like. So, on the
Don't
weekends
lie.
we'd play football. Then after play football, we would just chill. Would either that.
Yeah, so you're not
No,
doing
would it be
anything.
that?
Chilling is not doing anything.
Yeah, and then like, you know, when like some of you may have changed and some of you don't. The ones that will have changed, you'll pay for whoever, and we'll just go like Creams or Caspers or something like that.
Yeah, no, but that's
what
living.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Those-
there's normal things. I had my phase. I was always on the street too, but yeah, we lived. I lived. I'm okay. Okay. I think it's a different version of live that like I want to experience now, or like in my 20s. It's not the version of live where it's like every party, every event, every place that your friend asks you to come, every doorstep, every chill session, every party, every birthday. That's not the version of live that I want.
Yeah.
I want the version of live where it's just like creating moments with the people that I care about to talk and have fun and experience. Like, your birthday was an experience this year. Graduation was an experience. When we went out with Yasmin, that was an experience. Like, those types of things, those are the moments that I want to create. It doesn't necessarily have to include nonsense. Half the things that I did while living just included nonsense. It caused nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be the case. I want it to be like I've gone out with the intention to have a good time and create moments and laugh and not get in harm's way. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to safely live.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though, like, you know, I want to go on like rides and jump off a cliff at some point, and you won't. But that's still safely living.
Jumping out no plane or no cliff.
Yes, you will.
No.
Yes, you will. You're gonna let me do it by myself. We've had this conversation before. You cannot come home and say, "Oh yeah, I let Zara jump off a cliff by herself" to my dad.
It's your fault.
What's my fault?
I gotta say my goodbyes then, innit? Not to you.
What?
Jumping off a cliff. Oh my days. What the hell kind of rubbish is that? Why would you do that?
It's like when in Rome, you know.
Where?
Rome. Did you not know that saying?
Well, black man goes to Rome.
What? No. That's not what I mean.
I know, yeah, I get it. I was being dumb.
You know,
I don't know the saying, but I know that it weren't like a actual.
yeah, the saying when in Rome, not actually going to Rome. Sometimes you stress me out. Yeah, it's like when in Rome, like when you're there, you do those things.
Mm.
Like if I don't know wherever they do bungee jumping, but like if I'm in a foreign country and you get the opportunity to go and jump off a cliff, I would. I just would. It's life that you experience.
Who do you think do you think the person that made bungee jumping was sane?
No.
So
There's a possibility of death. Why would you be sane?
I'm glad that you know there's a possibility of death.
Of course I know there's a possibility of death. That's why I said you can't let me jump off the cliff by myself and then come home from the holiday and tell my dad that you let me do that by myself.
Hold on. So
because there is a possibility of death.
So what's gonna happen? So am I gonna jump with you? So we're gonna be tied on the same thing?
No, you can't do that. It's not safe.
Exactly. So
yeah, I have to go first and then you have to go. We have to take turns.
So you know what's gonna happen? Yeah. I'm gonna be like, yeah, cool. I don't want to look up. I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna be like, nah, fuck that. And then I'm gonna see.
So you're gonna back out?
No, wait. I'll
go first.
No. I know you're definitely going first. And I'm gonna wait. I'm like, ah, cool. Set myself up. And I'm gonna see you. You're gonna shit yourself. And then obviously, you know, you're gonna take deep breaths and stuff. And then you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna see your little body fly all the way down. I'm gonna be like, fuck that, I'm not doing it. I know that's gonna happen.
That's fine.
I know that's gonna happen.
That's actually fine.
I will see. Nope, not me.
You know that's
I know
actually
that's
okay.
gonna happen. I know that's gonna happen.
You know I'm okay if you back out. I just want you to stand there with me.
I'll be real. I wasn't. You being okay or not was not coming into my mind. I just know I'm like, no. Well, she's here. Yeah, alright, cool, come, let's go. I thought, I can't do that.
That's fine.
I would have explained everything. They'd be like, if you saw how fast you was falling down, no, I'm not doing that.
You never know. We'll see. We'll see. If you ever see a clip of it, if you're jumping off a cliff.
Me, ask anyone that's ever crossed paths with me if I'll jump off a cliff or do bungee jumping, they would laugh at you.
We never know. Like, we never know what the future has to hold for us, okay? There's so many things that you never thought you would do that you're going to end up doing in your lifetime. So, you just have to let life take it when it does.
Fair enough.
You know? That's what I said.
Life take what? My life, no.
Who said anyone's going to take your life? This is not a random place. We're not going to, like, the bloody pit stop and jumping off a cliff. Like, that's not what we're doing.
I'll wind you up.
Huh?
I'm winding you up. Is it working?
Moving on. Okay? I don't even know what I was talking about.
You were just saying that we lived.
Yeah, we have lived. But I want to live more safely. Besides the jumping off the cliff.
Every time you say it, it just gets worse.
Because you're not actually jumping off a cliff. They're going to be strapped. Okay, I'm done. I'm not explaining myself. You're going to be with me anyway, regardless. Whether you actually do it after, I don't mind. I just need you to be there.
Fair enough.
Because this time last year, you weren't even coming. I was like, you're going to come with me? You was like, no. You're not going to stand next to me? No.
Yeah.
You're not just going to let me make sure that the straps are tied? No. You was nowhere. You was not coming anywhere near. So I'm okay with you. If you come to just make sure that I'm safe, I trust your judgment more than I trust the man's. Even though he's a professional. You know? I just want you to have your eyes and know.
Fair enough.
She's okay. She's safe. Okay, cool. And then if I die, I die. It's fine. At least I jumped feeling comfortable.
Goodness gracious me.
Listen, if it's my time, it's my time. I've always been like that. If it's time, it's time. I'm okay with that. I'm not scared. Have I not always been like that?
Yeah, you have.
always been like that. It's my time is my time. Okay. Okay. Next, finally. Okay, I guess we've started this. Your goals for next year. Well, for this year, because we're here now.
Yeah.
What are your goals?
Don't want to say them. Evil eye, innit?
There's no evil eye. I rebuke that 10 times. Manifest your goals, babe. Go on.
I know my goals and I do manifest them, but I don't know.
What are the sectors that they're in? Give me 2 things that you want to explore this year.
Explore? What do you mean?
Yeah, like 2 things that you want to explore, like areas.
The gym.
Okay.
The gym and
Sounds gonna be a fitness influencer by the end of the year.
I
guys.
bet you're gonna see her on TikTok and all sorts. After we get your gym outfits up to par. Yeah.
I don't care what I wear to the gym. Someone does.
What did you say?
Now,
what did you say? What did your
my dad has now told me that I need to up my gym wear game. And if your dad tells you that,
how bad that is?
if your dad tells you that, it means you look like a tramp. It does. I'm sorry. It does. I'm okay to admit that. It's fine. I don't. I don't mind.
When you told me, I was dying. Oh God.
No, listen, because you know what it is? I'm a small girl, yeah? I'm a very small girl. So clothes that I've had for 5 years still fit me.
Yeah.
I've always liked big t-shirts. So I have t-shirts that I got from doing randomness in like secondary school that still fit me because they were like a medium, extra large, whatever when I was in school. So now they fit fine. And I don't like wearing tight stuff to the gym other than like leggings or shorts. On my top half, I'm a baggy t-shirt girl. So that's what I will wear. My dad's like, yeah, but you've had it for 5 years. Just buy a t-shirt. Buy some gym t-shirts. And I was like, all right, fine. So it's okay. I'll do that.
Let's say gym and the world. So that I want to see more stuff that I haven't seen before and experience stuff.
So I guess that's on the path of like living and stuff.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
You want to explore? I want to explore this. Like I want to be consistent with this stuff. I want to see how far this stuff can go. I want to see how much opportunities we can create through this stuff. And I don't mean opportunities for ourselves. I mean opportunities for other people. I have written plans. We just have not been able to... Let's not even say that. I've written plans and things. So much stuff has been done for this podcast privately this year. Well, last year. And this year, I just want all that stuff to be done publicly.
Yeah, I get you.
So much stuff has been done for the pod. Like, this space was done privately. You lot never knew about this ever. Because like you said, I just, I like to have things finalized before we're just like, yeah, we done this thing. That's how I am. Like, a lot of stuff happened. But the purpose, the morals, I don't know what it is. However you describe, like, what the podcast was for, like, the reason why it's named what it's named is because I panic, like, a lot. Like, we panic in our 20s. I'm 21. Like, we're 21. Like, we don't know what the heck is going on in the world, for one. I don't think anyone does. And for two, in our lives, like, we're finding ourselves. You're always going to be finding yourself. That's why it's named what it's named. And I would love to help more people find themselves and just talk and feel like they can be seen and heard, and not just like having older people just sit there and be like, it'll figure itself out. You'll be fine. When you're 30, you won't think about it. Yeah, but we're not yet. I'm not yet. I'm panicking right now. You can't tell me that at 30 I won't be. Right now I'm panicking. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know half the things. We're figuring this out as we go. So that's like, as you can see, that's what we chat about, and chat a whole load of nonsense because that's what we do. But the aim for the end of the year is to do that more.
Yeah.
Allow people to feel seen and heard and stuff in their experiences, specifically in our area, specifically Black young people. So a lot of groundwork has been done to set those things up last year, so we just have to follow through this year. So hopefully there'll be loads of announcements and loads of content and loads of stuff and loads of things done through these platforms. Not hopefully, it will be done. It will be done. But that's definitely like one area that we're working on. And 2, same. I want to live as much as we're going to be working hard this year, like on our endeavors, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to live. I want us to see things. I want us to go places. I want to go places with people that I care about, and just enjoy life, because I'm not waiting until I'm 50 and I'm retired, or 67. You know, that's the retirement age. And this year it might rise to 68, as in you're not allowed to retire. You have to keep a job. If you don't have the finances to fund, like, sustain yourself without, like, your pension is not being given to you, or government pension, but it's not being given to you until you are 67, and this year might go up to 68.
Yeah, that's long.
I'm not waiting until I'm 67 or 68. Hopefully, you know, I'm financially stable and we don't need that, but I'm not waiting until then to live. Like, how am I get on a plane at 68?
Yeah, that's long.
That's all long. Like, I want to do those things now. I want to experience those things now, but also set up all the structures and stuff so that we are okay. We are all right by that time. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So more of that. How did you action plan for this year?
Mad.
So you never wrote down your goals?
Nah, I know my goals.
Would you write down your goals?
Nah.
Do you feel like it helps?
No.
I have to.
I think obviously me thinking about it helps.
Yeah, but
I don't think if I physically write it down or type it or just have it on the wall, I don't really think that really much. I think me thinking about it all the time helps.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, being obsessed with your goals helps. That's what I think.
Yeah. I would 100% agree. But I'm very visual learner, visual person. Like, I have to write down my to-do list every night so that I can actually complete it the next day. Yeah. Otherwise, I won't get out of bed. So I like to have my goals. I have the vision board on the back of the laptop. I have the vision board on the screensaver of my phone. Like that, I'm that kind of girl. 'Cause it's fun. For no other reason. Like, even if everything doesn't come true, I know that I see it and it makes me want to work harder for it because it's there. It's in front of me. I can see the vision. I can see the goal. It's there in front of me. Not that it's not always in my mind. It is, like you said. I'm obsessed with it. But life happens. So it's nice sometimes if you do go off path or things happen, you get caught in situations, whatever. It's nice to know that you can look at something or read, like, I journal. So read that journal that you did on the 1st of January and be like, no, this is what we was working for. This is what we were striving for. Let's get back to that. Let's have a baseline. Let's go back to what we was originally planning for this year. Yeah. So that those kind of things that I need it for. And I would recommend that for anyone because your goals, I don't know what the stat is, but they're more proven to happen when you write them down. Because when we physically do write out what it is that we want to do, we're more likely to follow through with it. That's why if you write out your to-do list, you're more likely to tick it off. We are like, that's how humans are. So it's like putting out workout clothes in the morning because then you know if you have the workout clothes, you're actually going to do the workout. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Or making your bed so that you don't get back in it. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so I would do that. And if you can, don't just do these are my goals for the year, separate it. So do these are my goals for the next 6 months, and then if you can do these are my goals for the next 3 months, because then it actually makes it actionable. If you just say these are my goals for the year, they just feel so vast and so big and so far away. If you say these are my goals for the next 3 months, it gives you something that you can actively work on daily. It just makes it more of like attainable, and we like attainable because 12 months is it feels like it goes so fast, but it is a long period of time. And dream big with the goals, but at least if you have a 3-month one, it feels closer, and you can make steps to work to that every day, or have a practice or a routine that you can do every day to get there. Like I wanted to be consistent with gym, but we all know that wasn't happening. So it was like, go to gym today, go to gym tomorrow. By the end of the month, just get 2 weeks in of at least going to the gym 4 times. And then, you build up from there. It gets you somewhere. One thing, do you feel like you're panicking about anything for this year? Are you worried about anything for this year?
No.
You're comfortable, confident?
Yeah. What about you?
No, I would like to say I'm not. But you know that TikTok at the moment that's like, I just don't want to miss my mark. Have you heard it? There's a TikTok, and the sound currently is, I don't know if the girl was saying like, regardless of what happens, I just don't want to miss my mark. Like I don't want to miss what I'm meant for. I don't want to miss my purpose. That's what she's talking about. That's my thing.
Okay.
Blind trust is hard to have. You can have it, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, especially when you don't feel like you're reaping the rewards of the faith that you have at that moment in whatever it is that you have faith in. But if you don't feel like you're reaping the rewards of the thing that you have faith in at that moment, it can feel very hard. So that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to miss my mark. I know I'm going to make sure that I don't, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not worried about anything, because that's what I'm worried about. And then finally, I just wanted to touch on what I said in the beginning, which is the world is in hibernation. Animals are still in hibernation. It's cold outside. Yes, it's the beginning of our year, but it is not the beginning of the year. Like spring is the beginning of new life, and when we should be thinking about all the things that we want to reap and grow for the year. Obviously, our calendar starts in winter.
Yeah.
But it is winter, and sometimes you have to remember that and give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay if you didn't start the new year off with all of the New Year's resolutions, all of the goals, all of the things that you wanted to hit. You didn't do all the manifestation and vision boards and mood boards. You didn't do all of that stuff. It's okay. You're not obsessed with your goals yet. That's fine. You don't even know what you want to do. That's okay. Give it some time. Like, it will come when it needs to. And it's cold. It's cold outside. Who wants a 5 a.m. routine when it's still winter? It's freezing. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, give yourself some grace. If you don't start your new year in January, it's okay to start your new year in Feb or in March or in April. It's okay. Like, every day is a new day. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, the podcast plan for 2023 is uploading every Tuesday. And then clips everywhere all the time. Yeah. So that's the plan. So we will see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
See you next Tuesday. Better be next Tuesday. You're joking. We'll see you next Tuesday. Our faith. She's driven. Hungry, innit?
You know, one thing you do, keep me accountable. And sometimes it really pisses me off. But I appreciate it because I need it. Because otherwise...
no one else is going to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Ain't no one going to keep me accountable. Other than myself and you. So we're good. I'm okay.
Yeah, see you lot on Tuesday.